What's going on, dudes? I hope you're all doing well. Jack here with a bit of a look at the Ibanez QX527PB. This is Ibanez's first leap into the intriguing and probably controversial world of headless guitars. Before we jump in, keep watching for a playing demo using a backing track that I recorded using this very guitar. I'd been in the market for a 7-string for a little while when Ibanez announced the Quest series. When it came time to pull the trigger on one, I decided to take a leap of faith and order my very first headless. I guess you could say I'm a fan of the headstock. I think it's an important part of the way a guitar looks in most circumstances. With that being the case, I didn't really know what to expect when I ordered this. So we fast forward a few months and a few delays and it was on my doorstep. The first thing I noticed when I took it out of the gig bag was that it is small, dude. It is a full 25.5-inch scale length, but just obviously the way that it's been designed and the way that the bridge is near the back of the body actually shrinks the thing down immensely. It's obviously very compact, but you get the feeling that everything's where it's meant to be. Also, as you'd expect, it is super light, like really light. If you're anything like me, then you equate the weight of a guitar to the quality of the guitar. If it's the chunky slab, then that immediately feels more quality than something that's light. It proved me wrong fast. The thing is beautifully made from high-end materials and components. There's a poplar bill top that's on top of a Naoto body. Naoto, roasted maple and Babinga neck, and then roasted bird's eye maple fretboard. And then you've got the Jescar Evo Gold slanted frets. It's obvious after you've played it for a little bit that Ibanez wanted to make a high level headless but at an accessible price. So when I finally managed to stop staring at it, I decided to play it for a bit. After I started to play it, I didn't stop. I've been playing it non-stop for a couple of weeks now, and my honest opinion is that this is probably the most reliable guitar I've got in my collection. It's pure comfort in whatever position you decide to play it, really, because of how the body is designed. And the neck is outstanding. Ibanez called this profile the Parallel Wizard, which is basically just a fancy way of saying that it's 19mm thickness for the entirety of the neck. And it's pretty funny actually, because when I started to play this, I've been spending a lot of time with my Yamaha Revstar, which is a heavy guitar, and the neck is like a battle axe. It's thick. Basically it came as a bit of a shocker just how thin the Quest's neck is, but actually it took no adjusting to. So while I'm talking about the neck, we might as well chat about the Jescar Evo Gold slanted frets. To me, the Jescar material just feels like any other fret, really. If anything, it's probably somewhere in between a nickel and a stainless steel. The work to polish them and get them ready to play at the factory is obviously very good anyway. There's no resistance when you're doing bends or anything like that. But it is cool though. Like, it's pretty fancy. Not over the top. It's not overstated like that guy from 300, but it's nice. It's a nice classy touch. And the slant is cool. When I first started playing it, I didn't even really remember that they were slanted. It doesn't take any adjustment. You just play it, but it does feel more comfortable just because of the sort of natural shape of your hand. I'd say it's one of those little touches that makes for a bigger difference overall. And finally, we need to talk about the sound. The pickups were a bit of a mystery, honestly, because they're Ibanez's new ceramic passives that they made for the Quest series of guitars. Usually, in an Ibanez of this sort of price range, I'd be expecting DiMarzios or something like that. I'm actually really impressed with these and think they sound better than the DiMarzios in a previous Ibanez that I used to have. They're clear and punchy with enough brightness for cleans, but they don't muddy up when you start adding a bit of distortion or drive. The dynamic switch though, that's pretty magic. Usually when I'm getting a guitar or I'm picking something out, I don't want anything complicated. I like 2 humbuckers, 1 in the neck, 1 in the bridge, and a 3-way switch. That said, I found that the dynamic switch is actually a game changer for tracking guitars. So with a 5-way switch and the dynamic switch, you have 10 possible tones. It gives you those 10 tones by when you switch it on, it power taps the pickups. I've found that those slight variations in some of the pickup selections is absolutely awesome for like double and triple tracking guitars. You can really thicken up a guitar track just by using the dynamic switch. It's awesome, honestly. And apart from that, it does a really good job of covering all the tonal bases that you might need. I could see these guitars becoming a one-size-fits-all for gigging players because they could probably handle any style that you throw at it. And aside from that, the tuning stability is incredible because you've taken away all the winding. Your string fits in these saddles at the ball end, and then you snip it off after it's been locked in here, and that's a straight line. There's nothing really to interfere with your tuning, and it just stays in tune. So with the tuning stability and then the tonal options from the dynamics switched, it just makes sense. So before I get into the demo and my final thoughts, I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video. It does mean a lot to me, and I hope you found it useful. If you did, you could always like the video. That really helps it spread to other people as well. Also, if you wanted to, subscribing to the channel would be massively appreciated. So by now I'm sure you want to hear it. So here's a quick solo over the backing track that I talked about earlier that was written and tracked using this guitar. I hope you enjoy it. After that will be my final thoughts. In conclusion, I'm struggling to find anything that I don't like about this guitar. I have actually traded 3 of my other guitars in and ordered one of the 6-string HSS options. Honestly, I'm blown away, and I think I might be a headless convert. But that's just my thoughts. I want to know what you think. Headless guitars are polarising, it seems, so I'm really interested to know whether you'd rock one or not, or whether you hate the fact that it doesn't have an headstock. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much for checking this video out. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more guitar content and backing tracks in future. Thanks again. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you later.